End of Miiverse announcement. Dear Miiverse users, this message is to inform you that the Miiverse service will end on the 8th of the 11th, 2017 at 7 CET. At the end of the Miiverse service, you will no longer be able to access Miiverse from your internet browser using a Wii U console or system in the 3DS family. All services offered through Miiverse, including reading and submitting posts and exchanging messages with friends, will no longer be available. Between now and the end of the Miiverse service, you will be able to request a download of your post history using the internet browser version of Miiverse. For more information, please access Miiverse using a PC or smart device. More information about the end of Miiverse service is also available at support.nintendo.com. All of us here at Nintendo would like to take this opportunity to thank you for supporting Miiverse over the past 5 years. Please continue to enjoy Miiverse until the end of the service. Well, let's see what content we'll be losing. Hi guys, welcome. Scatlink here, and we're off for kind of a pseudo-sequel to both my Wii Connect 24's ending video, which is more on the lines of that really, but more so as well my final Wi-Fi matches on the Wii and DS/DSi. Even though it's not going to be a full-blown off series, this video is going to be like a mishmash of all the little bits of content that are going to be lost in games when Miiverse disappears. Now, I'm starting to record this on the 12th of the 9th, right after a live stream of you-know-what, and, well, I thought since I've already got my stuff set up, I might as well start recording it now. Now, the thing is that what we're looking at right now is actually one of the first things that's going to be affected right out of the box. Even if you unpack a Wii U, this is the first thing that's going to be affected when Miiverse is gone. Normally, when you get your Wii U out of the box, this will be the basic Wara Plaza. It will have icons of the built-in features like, system settings, activity logs, stuff like that, the basic stuff. And maybe a built-in pre-installed game if it has one, maybe, but I don't know, because basically all these Miis that we're seeing are users from around the world, and as you can see here, the people are basically posting, well, except for Sakurai there, that seems a bit late. But yeah, people's posts from Miiverse are being drawn out from the servers and put in on here so that we can see what's going on before we start a game. And this is going to be gone. It's just not going to be here. It's going to be the basic stuff, even if you're connected to the internet or not. Because it's all interwoven in Miiverse, and that's a thing. Because if you click on, I have actually got a remote here that's ready, so I can actually do this. If we click on, like, say for me, for example, it will say, like, I've been playing this, or your latest post or something, and then it will say, oh, go start the game if it's plugged in, if it's, like, a game that you have on the system or not. Go to the Nintendo eShop to find out data or download DLC for it, or go to Miiverse, but we won't be able to do that at some point. You can also save the Mii if you like it, so I could click this random person, which is my old Mii from my old 3DS, and as you can see here, there's not much details, but I can still save the Mii if I want to. That won't be available, sadly. It's kind of funny really, because saving this Mii is kind of like Wara Plaza being Mii contest channel, I guess. Save Miiverse! Where else are you going to put it except for the thing? It's like, yeah, this is pretty sad. It's everyone's voicing their opinions. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I wanted to zoom out. There we go. That's the entire plaza, but that's the default zoom. But yeah, all this is going to be gone, which is a massive, massive shame. And, well, I guess, since the Switch goes, has a default posting option to both Twitter and Facebook, I guess Miiverse became obsolete. It was obsolete when it came out anyway, but one of the nice features was if I can find someone who did a drawing or something, that's just... Actually, no, if I want to go for drawings, I should go to the Splatoon area. Nope. Oh! There we go. You won't be able to do sweet-ass drawings like this. You can't even do that on the Switch at the moment. That'd be a nice upgrade for the Switch. But, yeah, unless that's been announced. But yeah, let's come to this screen for a moment. Now, I want to talk about WiiU Chat as well, the most obsolete version of Skype available. Let's be fair, who used this except for mucking about and drawing? Every time I wanted to talk to Mirror or something, every time we talked on here, we never actually talked. We just continued to draw and stuff, and it was like just derpy nonsense. If I wanted to talk to him proper, I would see him in person, or, you know, phone him up. Or, you know, Messenger or Skype like that. So that's the thing. But yeah, this thing, if for those people who did ever use it, even though it doesn't seem tied to Miiverse except for like missed calls, and it sends you a message on your Miiverse like inbox or something saying that, oh, you missed a call from this person. Other than that, for some reason, other than just that, once Miiverse is gone, WiiU Chat will also be affected, and you won't be able to make calls anymore. I don't understand why, since it's kind of linked to your friend list more so than Miiverse, but it don't make sense, because the friend list is connected to the internet, and the internet's connected to WiiU Chat. The only thing that WiiU Chat would do to Miiverse is send like a missed call, but if you don't get a missed call and you don't have a Miiverse account, it still works, so I don't understand. I don't know why this is going, but to be fair, no one used it anyway, so I don't think that's that big of an issue. Plus, wasn't it supposed to be like one of these quick apps down here where you can launch even if you're inside of a game or something? That never happened. It's still its own standalone app, so I don't know. But anyway, what else is going to be affected here on the main things here? Like I said, Mii's can't be shared, so that's kind of a thing. So I guess we'll just boot in a Miiverse. I want to talk about Miiverse as a whole, first of all, mainly because every time I go into a game, I don't want to say, oh, we're not going to be able to post things in the community during gameplay and post photos, because that's going to be an obvious thing. Because, like, I mean, you got the end of Miiverse announcement here as well. I'll show it off PC at the end of the video as well, perhaps. Or maybe after this bit, I don't know. Obviously, I'm going to be doing this in a bunch of segments, so I can, like, get it all done. A very important announcement to make. Yeah, I pretty much just read this from the system, but this is just going a little bit more in depth. You can read this in your own pace on anything that you want. So I'm going to just it, because I just want to acknowledge it. Might as well. I have a notification, actually. What's going on here? Oh, thanks! Oh yeah, that's something that's going to be affected by Miiverse. My Nintendo! You won't be able to get this anymore. You won't be able to get your weekly 30 Platinums or anymore, which kind of sucks, actually. So there's something that's going to be affected. And my Nintendo is recent as well. I mean, good lord, it's not even a year old, and they're already going to be losing a method on getting points. So, yeah, that was actually worthwhile. Thanks for that. Let's just hope nothing goes wrong with this recording. Yeah, user pages, they're all going to be gone. It's a shame. I had to keep that as my final one because that was such a big project. Watch it, please. And, yeah, nice little drawing of Frisk right there. That's really probably one of my best drawings, to be fair. Look at the detail I went through. It's crazy. Yep, this hasn't changed. Yeah, all this is going to be gone. The thing is, like I said before, all your posts, if you're on the PC version, you'll be able to request, like, basically your post history, recover all your posts, your drawings. So it'll be never lost to the ether. It'll be like one massive ass PDF. All your images down here as well will probably be saved as well. So, obviously, like I said, I'll show that on the PC version. In fact, I'll probably just put on a splash screen right now. Hibiuski. And basically, if you just scroll down, you'll have a button, if you're signed in anyway, that will allow you to request, and as long as your account is still in good standing, it should just go through, refresh the page, and if you scroll down again, the button should say you've already requested. So, let's get rid of that. And yeah, every community for Wii U and 3DS and Virtual Console games, they're all going to go. So that's a shame. Which is funny as well, because I think the Gem Collector here, I didn't mean to go into that, but yeah, Flight of Light, Gem Collector, Earthlock, they're all recent Wii U titles that have come out in the past couple of weeks. They've got communities after the announcement of being ended. It's like, let's keep this alive, guys. Let's use this to the best of our ability as possible before we shut down the servers. And it's like, there we go. So, I don't know. I'm not going to obviously show the 3DS version because it's not going to be the best quality, so I might as well just show this version off. I could show off the phone version as well, but I've got like an unofficial app for that, so it's just like just doing it for the web browser. But I've already showed off the web browser version as well, so that's fine. But yeah, not really much else to say, really. I mean, my last post that I've actually made on Miiverse, might as well show it off because it's kind of relevant. There we go. See, look at that! Look, 21st of the 4th to 29th of the 8th. Yeah, I made this quite a bit ago. So, yeah. Not really much else to say about that, really. Kind of sums it all up. And like I said, I was only the last time I was going to be posting my videos on Miiverse by advertising them as these kind of colourful these drawings was going to be Undertale, and I guess I kind of bit the bullet on that one for Freedom Planet, because here we are. We're going to be finishing before November with Freedom Planet, so I could have actually done it on here, on the Freedom Planet Miiverse chat, so that would have been a thing. But yeah, I think I've spent enough too much time on Miiverse itself. We got to get to some gameplay footage, and there's a lot of games to go through. I plan on only doing one massive video, so that's a thing. So let's exit that. Sad face. And I think we want to begin by covering content on, well, the game that started off this channel, what I'm doing a 1,000 subscriber special of right now, and came back onto this version for bonus episodes of said project. Zelda Twilight Princess HD. What does the remake have? Well, if you remember, Miiverse stamps. So I think the first game we should cover is this. We just can't seem to leave this one screen alone, can we? It's always the same. Except for the HUD and the widescreen and the HDness and whatnot. But regardless, no glitching this time. Haha! Because I know stuff and technical prowess and all that shindiggery nonsense. But yes, we're back on this file again! This bloody game again. Not counting the challenge and whatnot, because that's a different file and different version entirely, but you can tell it is the same as my final bonus episodes of my first Let's Play. That's just doesn't want to stop going on top, but here we are. But what has this game lost in terms of Miiverse compatibility, considering it's a remake of a Wii/GameCube game? Just the stamps. And this is probably going to be a common thing when we come to games, and I'll probably cover all the stamp-related games first. That might actually be the best thing, because that means I don't really have to say anything, roughly, except for just talk about the stamps themselves. I mean, I'm not going to show this off in particular, the bit I'm about to show off right now, but basically, when you have Miiverse stamps that are collectible in a game that are a collectible that do contribute toward the in-game 100%, they have a second function, of course, because they're Miiverse stamps. There will be a post option in the Miiverse collection screen. And, well, I can literally just... Okay, sorry for the cut. I had to actually get my camera working. It wasn't working for a moment, but I have to point it to the Wii U gamepad because it's the best way I can do it. But my camera's a good quality, so that's fine. But as you can see here, I'm going to just go into my gamepad here because I realise it doesn't appear on the screen because I'm an idiot. But yes, this is the only time I'm going to show this off for this. But when you have stamps available in the game, you go into the draw option and then you have the stamp or badge option. And basically, in any game that has stamps or badges, you have to be in that game to use that game-specific stamp. And that's a little bit of an annoyance, but you collect them in that game, so it's obviously going to use the resource in that game, and it's also going to post it directly to that game's community on Miiverse. So this function of the badges, or stamps, I keep saying badges, will not be usable. So I won't be able to, I guess I could just post this. And then, give me one moment. I think that's rather fitting. So, I'm not going to show off this every time. It was just a lot easier to draw off screen. But, or to write off screen, excuse me. So you don't just see my hand in the way all the time. But basically, if you guys want to see my final posts on every game that I'm covering with stamps on Miiverse, do so. I'll probably tweet it out saying that I'm making some final posts with stamps on Miiverse throughout the coming weeks. Basically, every time I've recorded a segment that covers badges of a certain game that I have access to, I will post. And this is probably something similar to what you're going to see. By the way, this stamp, so bloody fitting. So fitting. So, I feel like that's the one to start off with. So, I'm going to press OK on that one. Send. And I'm going to just fade into the original recording screen when I am done. Because this is getting synced along with my microphone. And, yeah. There we go. So, that is basically what's going to happen with the stamps. However, with games that do have Miiverse stamps, you will lose the post option to post with the stamps. But in actual gameplay, it's actually a good thing to collect them, because not only is it more collectibles to grab, which means more gameplay, more replay value, and more stuff to get that 100% completion. You know, I guess it would annoy completionists a little bit. But if you're going to open every chest, they just replace rupees most of the time. But yes, going into it actually allows you to learn some stuff. So in Zelda Twilight Princess, you have the entire Hylian alphabet of the game. So the entire alphabet of the game is basically translated for you to read it. You've got the whole entire alphabet, A to Z, in Hylian. And as long as you have the badges, you know what symbol is what, even though it's kind of obvious. Like, that's a U, just basically a backwards Y. The V is a V, but it looks like a dot with it. It's easily translatable. That clearly looks like a Y. It's pretty cool. And of course, you get, like, nice artwork as well to look at. So, that's quite nice. You get nice profiles that you could probably, like, you know, clip out for, like, I don't know, RPG Maker stuff if you really want to. It kind of looks very storyboard-esque, and they're all original as well. They're not, like, from anything else. And, like I said, it's a nice extra incentive to explore of the game. So, it actually fills up the world a little bit more than you would actually expect. And it also makes you go into grottos that you wouldn't normally go to, because they would be replacing rupees, and therefore it's an extra collectible for you to grab. But other than that, there's nothing else to talk about when it comes to Zelda, Twilight Princess HD. But for other games with stamps, I think we want to go cover those now. NES Remix. I think I've got every stamp on this one. If I haven't, then I'm probably going to have to buck up my ideas. But regardless, stamps are actually the main collectible in this game other than the stars, because to get enough stars, and, well, obviously you beat the level, you got to get them all rainbow. That's one collectible. You got the bit points, which is just your score every time you beat a level, so you just got to play a level over and over again in order to grind. And the bits unlock stamps, so you can use a Miiverse. But if that's the case, they're just achievements. Milestones, if you want to think about it, once Miiverse is gone. And, well, here they are. I don't actually have to access the post in order to do it, but I will still make a post. So, that will be a thing, and for some reason it saved me on that screen. So, we've got 10 pages again, 2x5, and it just looped on itself. That's actually kind of annoying. So, I've almost got them all. So I don't know what the other 5 are. I guess I'll just take a screenshot here and edit them in just so that we have them for the purpose of the video. I'm just going to have to grind them up and get them myself at some point if I ever want to, but I think you got to get maximum bits, which is like 99999, and I don't really want to grind for that. So yeah, but these are all the stamps, starting from the previous page, of course, and I'll see what post I can make about it right now. I'll show them all off. And there we go. So, excuse me while I make a post. And there we go. I think that's a fitting post. I tried to squeeze every character in there possible. So, yeah. And I don't know why I put DK in used the DK in a cage sprite when Ganon holding it up. I don't know why. But Link holding the note, it fit really well, and having all the characters either like surprised, sad, mad, or just dazed from it kind of fit it all well, and having the 3 hearts from Zelda made it all a lot more sense as well. So I'm going to send that off. Okay, just doing it because obviously it's not on the screen right now. That one I only needed to take a picture of because I didn't need to record all the stamps being only on the Wii U gamepad. It's been sent successfully. And that will be on Miiverse for you guys to view as well. And of course I'm going to Facebook and Twitter it once I'm done recording what I wanted to record today. Getting it all out of the way. But yes, that is that done. But that is not all that we have, because they made a sequel for the damn thing. That's information screen always has to show up every time I boot the game up, and I don't know why. Unless you boot it up on another day, then it shows up. Same day? Nope. Don't understand it. But yes, there's a sequel, NES Remix 2. I'm not entirely too sure if the DS exclusive NES Remix Deluxe or whatever it's called has it or not, and I actually haven't beaten this version of the game yet. I guess it got too difficult for me. Oh dear. Well, I haven't beaten this one, and I've got way less bits, but I still have it's the same concept. You can make posts on stamps, and what do I have? Well, I have up to 80, I guess. No, I have up to 88. So I'm only a little farther behind. So I'm gonna take a screenshot of this image of this screen right now and paste in the other two that we're missing. Same goes for this screen. And then we'll continue from there. So they're all different sprites considering the games that are included on here. Once again, I'll try to make a good post on using the resources here. And obviously you can view that on Miiverse before the time is up. I'm not entirely too sure if the posts I make after I request my history, my post history, is going to get saved. Like, the post after I made requesting it. I believe they do, though, because we won't actually receive them until after Miiverse has ended. After like a couple of weeks, we'll get like an email with a PDF link to download a PDF file or something. So I would assume it would literally just take everything after the servers are down, so they don't have to try and like, oh, we just gave you everything and now you've posted something else. But yeah, that's all those. So let me make a post, and once again, I'll take a picture of it and show you what I draw. There we go. I didn't know what to actually do. I couldn't get a fine drawing of the Miiverse logo for Kirby's sign. Tried to fit everybody in again. Mario's just saying bye as a referee. I don't know why Mario had so many different odd-looking sprites. Can they not just, like, have a signature form for him at that particular point in time? Apparently not. I've got some enemies coming out from the side of the screen. Everyone else is, like, dazed or panicking. Mario's just like, bye. Kirby's just like, love you, Miiverse. I tried to draw the logo in a heart. Link's got knocked back. Little Mac's been punched in the face, and someone else is down. That Reaper's going crazy, looking Mac right in the eye. I thought that would be a bit funny. I'm not trying to make these like super somber or anything, but it's like it's kind of like the whole looming thing with the video, really. So I don't know if I'm going to release this on like this entire like big mashup of a video near enough the time, but because that's when it will end. But now I guess I'll release it as soon as it's ready. I guess until I've like covered every possible game that I possibly can. But there we go. That's that one. I'm going to send that off. And yeah, on to the next game, I guess. No, your eyes are not fooling you. This is not Zelda Twilight Princess on the 3DS, and yes, it's also not direct 3DS recorded quality because I don't have a 3DS capture device. I do not have access to the emulator because you have to like have homebrew on your 3DS in the first place, and since mine's the new 3DS model and I don't want to do homebrew, I could have done that and just streamed it, but no, I'm not doing that. Plus, this is actually Zelda Twilight Princess Picross from my Nintendo, which is actually kind of funny because that means it's an exclusive download. So what better way for our first 3DS covering than this? And as you would expect, I can't actually go to normal Picross, funnily enough. If we click Miiverse here, this is the closest I could get to a line. I'm using XSplit to record the camera feed with a new 3DS overlay, which is the same 3DS I'm using, and I've got an auxiliary cable going from my 3DS to the laptop, recording the sound through Audacity, and I've got my microphone recording through XSplit. So it's kind of a complicated mishmash, but it's the only way I can like get it all working. And like I said, this is the closest I could get to a line. And what's going to be annoying is every time I need to change the cartridge to go back and do things, that's going to be a thing. But yes, thankfully there's not many 3DS games for me to cover, and the other games I don't have. Like, well, I could have covered Hyrule Warriors Legends, but it's the same as Hyrule Warriors Original. I do not have Super Mario Maker on the 3DS because it's the gimped version. And yeah, but as you can see here, as far as you can clearly see, with my quality anyway, we have got stamps, but in this case the stamps are actually the Picross puzzles that you solve in the main Picross. Pokemon Picross, which is free on the eShop, doesn't have this sort of feature, But as you can see, we've got all these. I have to keep moving my stylus out of the way so that you can actually see what I'm tapping. So that's kind of a thing. Like I said, I don't know how much quality I'm going to be able to salvage with this. It's kind of a issue. That Zant right there, it's kind of creepy. It's actually really good considering how small some of these images actually are. Pixel for pixel. So we got all that. And now, of course, because it's stamp related, I'm going to make a little drawing and see what I can get. And I'm sorry for the contrast on the white as well. That's camera reasons. It's just how it focuses. Like I said, if it was direct, we wouldn't have an issue. But as it's not direct, we can't do that. So just give me a moment while I do a little bit of a drawing here without moving the system. There we go. I think that's a good enough drawing. I tried to use most of them, but I just didn't know what to use. And I forgot that I have bits of sides there that have been chopped off. But considering that the stamps are very pixelated anyway, because that's how Picross works, that's kind of a thing. I pretty much 100%ed this as well. So, I have a sad face for this one. No spoilers. I guess it's got a spoiler icon for either like using stamps from future Picrosses so people can't cheat, or, you know, spoiling the actual game itself of Twilight Princess. But there we go. Yeah, so basically, my Picross, that is an exclusive download for my Nintendo for 200 platinum points. So you can play any of the mobile games in order to get it, or stuff like that. And, yeah, you basically just go through all this. I mean, there's one of the stamps I've already used, and every time you complete a level / puzzle, that becomes a stamp for you to use in monochrome for Miiverse. So, obviously the whole point is to beat them, but you're going to lose that extra feature from this. So, that's that. This was a game that was rocky on the channel, both in terms of the project I did, which was Super Mario Bros. Special, the recreations by, I forget the name, I'm sorry, but you know, brings an obscure game from Hudson's past to the mainstream through this, and obviously the 3DS version as well, because you can download stages, but you can't upload stages, which kind of defeats the purpose of the entire bloody game. Creating stages in order for people to play, you can't upload them, so what's the point? 3DS version sucks. I'm just putting it out there. The Wii U version is clearly superior, but both versions are going to be affected because you won't be able to post to Miiverse. And when you make comments on courses, I mean, if I just what course could I just show that off of? Trying to get a feel for this game because I haven't touched it since my custom courses kind of flopped. But yeah, I get it. Would I not have comments? Yeah, there we go, Miiverse comments. Basically, when people make comments on a stage, it normally happens when they exit the game in order to like make a post during gameplay. So for example, if I go into the game now, for example, on one of my old original stages that actually stood the test of Nintendo's bloody shindiggery nonsense. If I for example, jump and press pause, there's a way I can actually place a comment into the stage that when people are going through the level, instead of just making a comment on the original stage's release / post or whatnot, this will actually place a comment not only into that community page, but it will also put it onto the stage itself. So when you approach it, it will pop up with text. Tutorial levels or levels that tell a story, they're going to be pretty much ruined by this because they won't be able to draw the data from Miiverse's servers in order to display that comment. And plus, when you make this comment as well, they have stamps as well in this game. I forgot that this game doesn't actually show you the stamps themselves, and it just lost focus. Thank you for that, phone. But if I just tap this, we have different faces, and this is the only way you can actually see them, which is kind of dumb, actually. You would expect them to be seen, but you can't actually unlock them or see them. I think they're all available from the get-go, because I don't remember them actually saying so. I don't really want to be recording the Wii U gamepad like this, but it's the only way I can, and this is the only way I can show off these stamps. So there's a bit of a weird cut, snafu between the two screens. I do apologise, but this is the only way I can do it. And like I said, they're only stamps. You don't need to see them in HD. They are what they are. And not many people can actually record the thing like this. But as you can see, there's not much to choose from. I mean, well, I say that. There's about 10 pages. And it's a grid of 2x6, I think? 2x5. So it's 10 per screen and there's 10 pages. So that's 100 stamps right here that are just going to go to waste. You won't even be able to see these, actually. I just realised you're not even going to be able to see these in this game. So this is going to truly be lost, because at least in Zelda, Twilight Princess HD, you can collect them and see them. But we will have other games that we can see them like that. But yeah, this is another one of those games that are going to be directly affected. It's just that this is the only one I had in the system at the time, and I don't know when I'm going to stick this in the video. I might stick it a little bit later. Like I said, I'm just recording all the footage, and I'm going to be splicing it into a montage, and I don't know when it's going to be a thing. So give me a moment while I make a post that's all sad and whatnot. What's the saddest face here? There, I think that's a good enough post. I'm just trying to hold my phone steady on one hand because it's not exactly easy. So I'm going to send that. I found my stylus, by the way. It's the Mask of Truth one, if I can get that in the light. There we go. And there we go. Snafu transition. And, yeah. I mean, I guess that's going to be plastered up there now, but didn't actually plan to do that, but whatever. You know what? Let's beat this level 1 screen, because why the hell not? Terror of the Lanky Shroom. It's available. You can find it on my YouTube channel. If you want to see that post, I think that was a fine way of ending this segment. Next game will be oh boy, this game. Probably the only Zelda game where I was disappointed to the point where I just never played it, and you'll probably see that when I boot up my file. You know that Zelda is like one of my favourite franchises of all time, and well, yeah, there's a reason why I never played this as far as I did. I mean, I guess since it's the only time it's going to be probably shown on my channel, unless I, you know, do have a bunch of mates that actually play along with. I'll just dash into the first area here. Wait, can I actually check my progress from here? I believe I can. Yeah, there we go. See? No, hardly any progress at all. I got it. I played it for a bit. I tried, like, on and off a couple of months trying to play online with people. And, well, I just couldn't get anywhere. The servers are laggy as hell. Even doing even being regional instead of global, it is a nightmare. I don't know why this game has trouble running online, but Mario Kart 8, which is like Mario Kart 7, excuse me, is like super fast on the same system, an earlier title, no less, and yet it actually works better. So yeah, I don't really know what to say about that really. But how do I access Miiverse on this? Because I know for a fact that this game has stamps. And they're already pre-installed. You don't have to unlock them at all. I believe so. But I forget how I'm supposed to actually access them. Maybe I'll go to the, yeah, to the camera place, perhaps. And plus, can I say that this game's premise is stupid? Oh yeah, let's call Link in order to help my princess break a curse so she can put on a flipping dress. And you're in Hytopia. This is clearly a budget throwaway title. Let's be fair. I mean, it was only 30 quid upon release anyway. There we go, Miiverse gallery. So if I go to post here... yeah, sure, whatever. Do I have a photo? Yeah, I do have a photo. Mystery Jade was actually a good thing, but yeah, look, it's just... I don't know, it's weird. You can go straight to the community as well, so it'll boot in through the Miiverse app that way. But I don't want to include a photo, I just want to go stupid with the stamps, so let's get in. I don't know why I have... Oh yeah, I have to connect in there because it has to sign me through because that's how 3DS works. But there we go. And look at that, we get a nice border to start off with as well, which is very nice. Sorry if that was over the screen. I had my stars in the wrong hand. Derp. Can I actually get rid of that? I'm guessing I can. Or is it like, probably a stamp. But yeah, as you can see here, most of the portraits and artwork that you could use to like communicate with your mates and stuff, that's kind of a thing. I can't really do anything about the gamma, so we're just going to have to, or the contrast, so we're just going to have to put up with it. But yeah, we've got speech bubbles and notes. Some facial animations, in case you want those. What is this? Freaking, Miitopia? Or is it called Miitopia? That sounds right. It's that Mii RPG. And obviously you've got like these like little mannequins so you can draw your own face on them. And obviously the Triforce. You only have, wow, you don't even have a full set of 4 pages. You have 10, 20, 30, 38. Wow, That's actually pretty lacking. And you know what? Funnily enough, I get all this set up and I try to I spent like about an hour getting this all set up and all like so precisely aligned as best as I could. And yet, these are the only two games that I have that are 3DS games that have built-in Miiverse compatibility. I'm guessing because as the 3DS launched without Miiverse first of all, Miiverse wasn't exactly a big thing to have while recording making 3DS games. So therefore, when people developed 3DS games, I'm guessing, well, it didn't have Miiverse to begin with. Why should we go out of our way to make them? And that's why only first-party titles like Super Mario Maker, this game, and which is Zelda Triforce Heroes, and that my Picross have like badges and stuff, or stamps. I keep saying badges. What's wrong with me? But yeah, that's a thing. So I'm gonna do a post. And I'm not going to be holding back because this, I guess the only reason why I would play this game is to make posts, but I guess I'm even going to be able to do that now. Thanks, Nintendo. There we go. I coloured in the Link over here because I thought, you know what, I'll make him Dark Link. Just colour in the tunic parts of him and leave these two normal. And yeah, everyone's just panicking. And it's like, oh no. So it's kind of fitting. Plus, like I said, only Zelda game that I don't like other than Zelda... the Zelda 2, The Adventure of Link, but I actually would go back to Adventure of Link, because that's more of a challenge. Well, this game is just really only for local multiplayer, because the online multiplayer kind of sucks. Because it's just too laggy. That's the problem. It's just too laggy. If it worked a bit better, I would have no quibbles, but I didn't change my face. Oh boy, I just pressed post. Oh well. Well, that's more stamps. And, yeah, I don't actually have any more 3DS games that I have, anyway. That, Swagadelic, man. You know, I actually like this guy. But, yeah, other than that, that's all the 3DS games that I have, funnily enough. I mean, like, you look at my library, and it's mega huge. I mean, that's all the 3DS content I have. And they were both stamp-related. So, there we go. Like I said, all this setup for just 2 games. And I'm sitting backwards on a chair with my webcam mounted onto it. So, there we go. But yes, that's that for Zelda Triforce Heroes. I guess we will go to the next game. We're back to the original Mario Kart 8. Again, the only thing that exists in this version, which doesn't actually exist in the Switch version because there's no Miiverse support, is the stamps. But this is a little bit different. So when we access this... Okay, so I couldn't get this to autofocus for whatever reason, so I had to cut, and I just realised I'm a little bit too close, so that's kind of a thing. And I've been forgetting to change my face throughout most of these, so that's actually kind of bad. Of course, I'm doing these in whatever order in the video, but the order that I'm actually doing this in when it comes to stamps obviously will be in post order on Miiverse if you want to check that out while it's still up. But anyway, stamps. Now, of course, they're a little bit, oh right, I forget I have to navigate with this. But yeah, of course, they're going to be like a little off point. I mean, like, you would have 80 stamps to begin with, and you have to earn them by beating the game as certain characters, which thankfully you don't need to do in the Switch version because there are no stamps to actually collect, which is a little bit of a shame. You could have had them for achievements or something. Like, you get this nice little bit of artwork for, like, this little bit of sprite artwork for beating it as Isabelle, for example. Or again, like, oh, you get to be as Link. You get this nice little artwork of Link for beating a Grand Prix as Link or something like that. You don't get none of that. So in the deluxe version, so this is actually exclusive content to the to Mario Kart 8 on Wii U. So all these are I think the first. Oh whoa, she would like to. Yeah, some of these are like DLC only, of course, but some of them are also part of the game. All these racing profiles here, they're basically all from beating the game as those characters. Like I said, not a requirement in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, just pick your favourite character and you're good to go. Of course, you have your Mii, you can draw your face on there, which I did in many a post, and stuff like that. And I think this is kind of what... Ooh, I accidentally skipped those. Yeah, I think this is kind of why... Oh yeah, obviously these ones you get by beating the time trials for the first time and doing stuff like that. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is, I think this could be a reason why uploading to Miiverse may be a bit of an issue when it comes to uploading videos, which I'll cover in a moment because we're already on this game, and that's when I'm going to segue to Super Smash Brothers as well, is that when it comes to uploading highlight reels or replays and stuff, you have to post to Miiverse and you can use the stamps while making those posts, because I've done that. So when Miiverse isn't available, it may not allow you to upload YouTube videos. I mean, I believe they said that would be a feature that's lost, but unless they patch it so it skips the Miiverse check to see if it's connected to Miiverse or not, that might be a thing. But yeah, I'm just going to make a post now. Just give me a moment. Okay, so I didn't really know what to go for in this one. I just thought I'd put a couple of Koopa Kids, Wario, Waluigi, and I don't know, Link, so he represents a bit of the DLC, I guess, because at least he got into this one before Mario Kart 8 Deluxe came along. But yeah, Monty Mole popping up, I don't know, Toad saying bye Miiverse, he was the last Toad, well, the first Toad of 3, and he was waving, so I thought that would be pretty good. And a little balloon in the background, didn't know where else to put. I've got my light bulb there, that's kind of annoying. But yeah, I didn't know where else to put really, so I guess I'll just go with that. So, you know what, this one ain't as bad. I think I'll have the winky face this time, so I'm acknowledging it. Because this one's a lot more happy than anything else. I just thought I have a couple of the Koopa Kids, because they got like that kind of yeah and mad kind of expressions and smiley faces and stuff, while Link's just determined. So I think that'll be a good one. Just wait for it to post. There we gizzle. Boop. And there we go. So yeah, again, that's all the stamps thus far. But we're actually going to have to end this off here and actually make this a series of episodes instead of just the one mashup video that I originally planned to do. Reason because that I thought I'll be able to squeeze all the gameplay footage in, but we only just got done with doing the stamps of all the games that I can cover. However, something I completely forgot to mention during the intro, which I hope that you guys have stayed for up to this point so you guys know, but this kind of like series of videos that was just going to become one massive mashup is a collaboration with Mezza. He's got some games that I have not got that are affected by Miiverse, like the likes of Splatoon and Art Academy Sketchpad, Xenoblade Chronicles X, so that's kind of a thing. Zelda Wind Waker HD as well, which is actually one of the remakes I do not have, so that's all cool and whatnot. Thankfully, we've covered all the 3DS games already except for one, but that'll be later on in another video. But basically, yeah, part 2 of all the games that have stamps, at least, are going to be on his channel, and we're going to be bouncing back and forward, covering them all in different categories. We're grouping all the games in categories, and of course the leftover parts of Mario Kart 8 that I was going to talk about in this video, that was going to segue to uploads for that are affected to, to upload to YouTube and stuff, that go to Miiverse, that are affected because you have to go to Miiverse, that will also be covered in a later episode as well. So, next episode will be on Mezza's channel when it comes to this, with his own take on things, and him talking about stuff and whatnot on games that are affected by Miiverse stamps and whatnot, and anything else Miiverse related within the coming weeks or so. So, with that, please check out his channel. Please check out the rest, probably my Final Wi-Fi matches or something. Please use Miiverse to the best of your ability. I hope you continue using it. Make some killer art, and make sure that you request your post history so that you can keep that all in a PDF file after Miiverse is gone, because you don't want to lose your artwork. With that, guys, see you for more exclusive Miiverse content that we're going to lose.